Hello everybody and welcome back to Driversroom Festival of Speed. We are here at round number 3 at the famous Goodwood circuit. Who does not know Goodwood? Very historic circuit, very lovely circuit. Is not the most difficult of tracks, uh, especially on this calendar, but it definitely will prove for some good racing. Good racing, maybe. Anyway, it is round number 3, almost at the halfway stage of this season already. Time flies when you're having fun. Anyway, let's go to the grid order of today's race. In first place, starting on pole position for today, it is Claren. He has put his car on pole position and starts from first place. Too Fast is up next in second. And then in third we have Cartman. Fourth place is for the Robot Dog, with Hoxton being in fifth place. Then there's Lionessy, who is in sixth, with Gary being in seventh, and Urk being in eighth place. Then there's RJ Cool, who starts this race from ninth position on the grid, with Ivan lining up behind him in 10th. And Joe Mercer lines up in 11th place, just ahead of Mr. Sean in 12th position. And last but not least, we have Grimlock. He lines his car up in 13th place, all the way on the back of the grid. Anyway, that is the grid order for today's race. Let's see what this race will bring us. All 5 lights are on. And they're out, and away we go for round number 2. And it seems to be a good getaway from all the drivers as they head into turn number 1. Hoxton already going off very wide, rejoins on the circuit, but gets immediately overtaken by his teammate and Ivan as well, as they make their way through sector 1. Too Fast has got a little bit of a run on Claren. As they make their way through the second sector now. First sector is mostly flat out, only a little lift for the first corner. Second sector is where it gets a little bit more difficult, with some braking and steering needed. Whilst the third sector is also a little bit of braking, but mostly the final chicane. And of course this long right-hander, more like a double apex right-hander. As the top 3 are very close to each other. Cartman not getting a great run, and it shows because the Robot Dog is now passed. Robot Dog getting a much better run out of that final chicane and moving himself up to the podium positions. Mr. Sean trying to make a move on Joe Mercer. Not quite happening, as Cartman and the Robot Dog are going side by side. Correct me, that is Lionessy literally in the middle as well, as it is 3 wide for third place. And it looks to be Cartman who takes back his third place, and Lionessy taking fourth place, but Gary now also getting closer and closer, getting past Robot Dog. The Robot Dog going from third to sixth in half a lap time. but he might be able to claw back up again. Too fast with the fastest lap of the race at 25.7, just marginally quicker than McLaren. Cartman goes purple in the first sector, and he is stretching away from the battle behind, stretching away from Linus. Gary going onto the grass slightly. Shows that he has a lot of speed to carry through that corner. As Gary makes a move on Linus, will the Roberts dog be able to follow through? It looks to be the case, yes. But Gary goes a little bit wide and again is 3 wide as they make their way into the chicane once more. And ooh, the Roberts dog hit the inside of the chicane, which slowed him down, but he got bumped from behind by Linus. And that's why Linus slowed up, and Gary also a little bit. So they stay where they are for now. Cartman this time with a fast lap of a 125.6, just a tenth quicker than the previous fastest lap and 2/10 quicker than Too Fast's last lap. At this rate, Urk might be also getting closer and closer to the back of Gary if they keep on fighting. Hoxton making a move on RJ Cool and Ivan, getting past the pair of them after losing out on those 2 places at the start of this race. Gary had a little look for 5th place on Linus, not quite able to pull it off, but he has got the inside line for turn number 1. Will be a little bit of braking, down a gear, and actually Gary goes very wide. That gives Linus the opportunity to slid back past up to 5th place. And Hoxton also getting past Urk. Hoxton showing some good pace. Cartman, McLaren and Too Fast still holding onto that top 3. All similarly paced. Too Fast did go purple in the second sector split, so if he can hang on into this final chicane, he might get himself a new fast lap of the race and close in a little bit more on McLaren. McLaren comes over the line, does a 25.8, and Too Fast does a 25.5. And Cartman does 25.8 as well. So now the fast lap belongs to Too Fast with a 125.5. As Hoxton was a full second quicker than Gary on that last lap. that while Urk has made a mistake, seeing that his last lap was a 1:30, around 3 seconds slower than you would expect. So obviously there was some sort of mistake which caused him to fall down the order. It seems to me like Too Fast is closing in ever so slightly every lap on Giclaren. I think Giclaren will feel the heat from behind. It's the round of lap number 6. And Too Fast now within a second as Hoxton gets past Gary. It seemed to me like Gary made a little bit of a mistake into the final chicane. That's why Hoxton got past. Next up on the list for Hoxton is Linesi. As RJ Cool made his way past Urk. Oh, and who is that in front? Gary in front, going very wide. And there you can see also in the background Ivan making a move on Urk, pushing Urk somewhat off the track. I think that's fair. But Gary having a massive trip to the grass. Also now no grip on his tires, very dirty tires he has currently after his excursion to the grass. And he is now in 9th position, but that was 7th just before, just after Hoxton overtook him for 6th place. Last lap for Giclaren was a 26.3. Too Fast did a 26.7 and Cartman did a 26.0. So Cartman the quickest of the top 3 at the moment. Looking to chase him, chase the two of them down. Gary now moved down to 10th place even, after Urk has overtaken him as well. Too Fast has closed in a little bit again on Giclaren and pulled away from Cartman slightly. Remains to be seen how long Giclaren can hold on to his lead. Too Fast getting a great run out of that first corner, fully tucked into the slipstream of Giclaren in front. Is he gonna make a move now, or is he gonna wait? Giclaren goes defensive. Not really the section of the track where you want to go defensive. Nearly 2/10 purple in the first sector shows how much speed Too Fast was carrying. And after a bit of a compromised line due to Giclaren defending, he might, or he will have lost some time. Now getting back on the power with a little bit of a slingshot. There's a defensive move from Giclaren, but Too Fast gets past on the right hand side, having the inside line for the penultimate corner, or the second to last corner, third to last it might actually be. He gets the move done. Now getting it stopped for the chicane. Nicely, not running wide. But Giclaren with a better run out of the final chicane as they are almost side by side as they come across the start finish line. Giclaren this time with the inside line for turn number 1. Makes it stick, goes out a little bit wide. Too Fast does a cutback, performs it well, gets back up to first place. And all the while Carmen is looking behind and seeing that there's no one behind himself, and in front there's a lot of battling. And it looks to me like Too Fast has sealed the deal now. As a little bit further up the road, it's Grimlock getting lapped. Hopefully he will get out of the way. He indicates. Ooh. That was weird. I'm not sure what happened there. I think he has retired. Alright. Giclaren now under threat of losing a position to Cartman. Cartman now with the outside line, and Giclaren chooses wisely to not fight this position too hard. They are teammates after all. Now Cartman can set his sights on the car ahead, which is Too Fast. He has seen the back of that car for a long time, but he hasn't seen it whilst it was in first place. Hoxton getting past Linesi. Linesi not getting a great run out of the final corner, out of the final chicane, and losing him a position. He's now down to 6th place. And Gary pulling into the pit lane, getting off his worn tires, especially that left front is taking a beating. You can see it very clearly. Of course, with the circuit being clockwise, that tire will suffer the most. He doesn't refuel, is not really necessary. Got 75% left of his fuel after half race distance, so should make it to the end quite easily. As Mr. Sean has also retired his car, so we are down to 11 runners now, with Gary occupying that 11th spot just behind John Mercer. I think Urk might pit as well. Ivan might as well. Giclaren does go into the pit lane. Yeah, I think Ivan and Urk also need to pit. Everyone else is looking very good on their tires. Too Fast having much better tire wear than Cartman actually, so that will give him the advantage to stay up front. Well done to Giclaren, by the way, to keeping that lead for so long with those worn tires. Jamus has been passed by Gary, and Ivan actually stayed out. So did Urk. Not sure if that's the right strategy call. Giclaren has come out in 6th place. He has some clear in front of him, so it's hammer time for him now. We'll see what Giclaren's first flying lap is. As now there's a battle ensuing for 3rd place with the Roberts dog in 3rd, with his teammate Hoxton behind. Hoxton seemingly having better pace, so will there be a strategic swap between the teammates because Linesi is closing in. And the two teammates don't want to lose a position because they are fighting with each other. I'm not sure when this swap will happen, but I think it will need to happen shortly. Hoxton with some better tire wear than the Rob's dog. It's only a matter of time before Hoxton will pass Rob's dog, but either by some strategic team orders or something else, just pure pace. Last lap, Kalman was 8 tenths slower than Too Fast. And Gicklaren still in 6th place after his pit stop. His first flying lap was a 1:25.8, so really quick, but I don't think it's quick enough. Ivan is into the pits as I believe John Mercer and Gary have both retired the car. Ivan comes out of the pits in 8th place, just ahead of Urk. Urk already pitted on last lap, so he will have some warmed up tires as he sets his sights after Ivan. Linesi running very wide out of the final chicane, and I think that might seal the deal for him. And Gicklaren getting closer to Linesi, so Linesi might even lose a place to Gicklaren as well. Hoxton has gotten past the Rob's dog now. That puts him up to 3rd place. Fast does a 1:28.7, little slow, 1.3 seconds slower than Cartman, so not a great lap from Too Fast. Linesi did a 1:27.6, Gicklaren did a 1:27.0, so 6 tenths gained by Gicklaren on Linesi. As Hoxton was a full 1.2 seconds quicker on that last lap compared to his teammate, who is 1 place behind him. And Cartman is coming ever so much closer to the back of Too Fast's car. Gonna make a move. He pulls out to the outside line It is the racing line, but too fast, nearly going off the circuit actually, almost outbraking himself. And Cartman, having the inside line for the chicane, is the preferred line, but doesn't get a great exit as they come across the start-finish line to start lap number 17. Is almost side by side, heading into turn number 1. Who is gonna give in? And it seems to be that Tufas gave in, but is he going for another switchback just like he did a couple of laps ago? Yes, he is. Tufas now back up into first place, and Cartman getting back into the slipstream. Might want to make another move, but I think he's a little bit too far away. Is he gonna make a move, an audacious dive? He is not. He hangs back for the time being. His left front really going off a cliff right now, so he will feel that as well, driving through all these corners. Hoxton has pulled away from the rubber dog. Linus is keeping up with the rubber dog, but Gicklaren not really having that much more pace compared to some more worn out tires. With a little over 5 minutes left to go. Seems to be 4 laps then. 4 laps left in this race. Gicklaren was 1.1 seconds quicker on that last lap compared to Linus. So Gicklaren might be able to get that place then. As Gicklaren is now really close to the back of Linus's car. Linus is feeling a little bit of pressure. They are teammates after all. Doesn't mean they can't race hard. It looks to me like Gicklaren is now through for 5th place. Robzog might even be crawling in the last lap because his front left is almost completely gone, and Cartman's front left is in an even worse state. So it seems to be that this will be the finishing order for everyone. No one is really that close to one another to really put up a fight. Tufas is still holding on to that lead from Cartman. As he starts now the penultimate lap. And Cartman's front left is absolutely gone. Robosdog last lap was a 27.6. Geclaren did a 26.3, so over a second quicker on that last lap. Will there be a position change in the dying laps of this race? Look at how close Geclaren is to the Robosdog. I thought that there would not be any more overtakes. Geclaren proves me wrong. At least he attempts to. As he pulls out to the right hand side, going into the final sector. Is he gonna brake later? He is actually not, surprisingly. Not having the ideal line, and now going almost side by side through the chicane and needing to lift off the throttle a little bit to not clobber into the back of the Robosdog's car. He is on the outside line, the racing line. Does that mean that he will get the position? Not quite. A little bit of bumping. But is he through now? He is ahead. And when they exit the corner, Geclaren is clearly ahead. As we now ride on board with the Robosdog on the final lap of this race. As he makes his way through second sector now. Linesi not in that close proximity to the Robosdog to get a position as well. But Geclaren making a one-stop race work, getting himself up to 4th place. But he is already flashing his lights, and that man is too fast driving an excellent race, and he will win round number 3 ahead of Cartman, who ran out of tires in the end. He will finish in 2nd place. Then there's Hoxton, who clawed his way back up to 3rd, and Geclaren, the first ones to pit, coming across the line. He takes 4th place, and then there's nearly a photo finish to the line. The Robosdog gets 5th place, just ahead of Linesi. Very close margins. Urk has finished in 9th place. RJ Cool will finish up in 7th. And Ivan will finish in 8th place. So that was this race. Some strategy involved. We saw it with Geclaren going in for a pit stop. Was it the right call? I think it is. Or it has been, given the state of his tires already at the halfway stage of this race. But Tuvas having enough tires to make it to the end, and he takes a deserved win. Now we look at the championship. It is, give me a moment. Where is it? There it is. Alright, there we have it. Hoxton still leads this championship by 10 points over Too Fast, who with this win improved his championship position to 2nd place. 3rd is Cartman, 6 points behind Too Fast, and then with Robosdog in 4th place, 7 points behind Cartman. 5th on the list is RJ Cool, with 6th being Geclaren. 7th place is for Linesi, and Urk is in 8th. Flapjack, we missed him this round. He is in 9th place, with Mercer in 10th. Then there's Mr. Sean in 11th place, and Gary in 12th. Ivano, we also missed him this round. He is in 13th, with Ivan in 14th. Then there's Grimlock in 15th, with Jules only participating so far in the first round in 16th. Still have not seen Q8 AG or Rise on track. But hopefully we will see them soon. In terms of team standings, it is Retro Racing on top, leading by 31 points over Minardi number 1. Then there's Wrecking Ball Racing in 3rd. Then Sendit Racing is in 4th place with Pegasus in 5th. Very closely followed by Goose Racing in 6th place. Now that is the championship as it is currently after round number 3. Next race is the 1 hour endurance race around Brands Hatch. So that will be a lovely race for us all to enjoy. Anyway, that is this is it for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like and subscribe if you have not already. And I hope to see you soon for some more Drivers Room Festival of Speed. Until then, have a good one. Bye bye.